So hello lovely tribe, my name is Katie and I'm from Starlight Meditation, and I'm making this video because we are currently promoting our channeling course, and one of the things that lots of people that have expressed interest keep saying to me, which is rightfully so, is that they feel they have to work on their lower chakras and their life situation, which we all need to do at this time, and they're not sure about investing in their upper chakras. And this is quite a specific thing that people are saying, and so because so many people have said it to me, I've decided to make this video really because my guides have been talking to me all about, in response to what people have been saying, all about the fact that channeling is actually a massive investment in everything. Channeling is not just an investment in your upper chakras and in your connections. Channeling is an investment in your life, in your path, in your truth. As I'm speaking this, I'm getting emotional, and when I was tuning into this video, I was getting emotional because as I was thinking about this video, I was just thinking how much channeling has changed my life in so many ways, and how much channeling has brought to my life. And it's almost overwhelming. Like I said, I feel like I'm willing up on camera because it's just been the most significant, important thing I have ever given myself and ever done for myself. And they are so right that it is, of course it is an investment in your upper chakras, but it is an investment in everything. I would go as far as to say that not knowing how to channel, or only knowing how to basically channel, is like not knowing how to read in this world, or not knowing how to read very well. And if you take a moment to think about what life would be like if you couldn't read instructions, if you couldn't read menus, if you couldn't read books, if you couldn't read for pleasure, if you couldn't read to learn, if you think how limited and small your life would become. Now, when I think of before I knew how to fully and properly channel, that's what it feels like. Like my life before was limited, it was boxed in, it was smaller. Just as if you couldn't read, it had limitations all around it. And actually learning to channel is like entering in to a library that is owned by the universe. It's like this library of every single thing in every dimension. Every book in the universe is accessible to you. Every piece of knowledge in the universe is potentially accessible to you when you know how to channel. And what I thought I'd do with this video is, I mean, I could speak for hours and hours and hours about why channeling is important, but what I thought I would do is take you through the chakras, all of them, all of the body ones. Let's go with the 7, and talk about why it's an investment in each of those chakras. So let's start with the crown chakra. Crown chakra is obviously part of the mechanism of channeling. And yes, you do spend time with the upper chakras when you learn how to channel, but actually you spend a lot of time with the lower chakras as well, because your whole of your energy body is part of types of channeling, and grounding is actually really, really important for channeling. But if we start with the crown chakra is about oneness, it's about connection. And when we learn how to channel, we are essentially learning how to come into connection with everything, how to channel and communicate with everything. And if you think of a human being, and a human being that you've never met, and you know how sometimes you meet a human being and you're like, and don't know if I like that person, or I get a funny vibe for that person. And then you speak to them and you're like, actually that person was really nice. I really judged that human being wrong and I got that person wrong. It's kind of similar with the universe. Once you learn how to channel, once you learn how to speak to the universe and the beings of the universe, the judgments of how you see life and how you see the world dissolve. And you actually hear the universe's side of things and the trees side of things and the crystal side of things, and your perception expands. And the way that you view the universe changes. And the relationship that you then have with the universe becomes much friendlier. It becomes conversational. Every day you start to speak to different forms of the universe, and then you feel safer and you feel like you belong because the universe is talking to you. I was at a shamanic festival in Ibiza this summer, and every single shaman that spoke from all different tribes around the world were saying the same thing. They were saying, we do not talk about God, we talk to God. That is channeling. That is why we collectively need to learn how to channel. So we know we're not here on our own. So we know it's not just about our human lives. It's about the conversation that we have and the conversation and evolution that we're sharing with so much. So channeling brings you into oneness. It brings you into communication. And that is one of the reasons it is an investment in your crown chakra. Next chakra. Third eye chakra, connection chakra. Of course, channeling, learning to channel is an investment in your third eye. Your third eye is one of the main centers of your connection. But here's the thing. There are so many different types of channeling, and actually learning to channel opens up all the other types of channeling. Learning the foundation of channeling opens up all of the other types of channeling. And so it is an investment into how to channel, funnily enough, because since I learned how to channel, I've developed all different other types of channeling, like dimensional channeling and things that I specialize in now that my guides taught me. The first thing that happens when you learn how to channel is you meet the guides that are going to teach you how you channel. They're going to teach you who you are as a channel. And also, channeling teaches you your truth. Your guides are your soul family. They are close to you, and they are the ones that can communicate your truth to you. Your guides teach you how to meditate. They teach you so many things, so many skills I have learnt because my guides have taught them, either to groups or taught them to me. And again, it's about economy of time, actually. I would say that's why it's an investment in the third eye, is because think of how much spirituality there is out there. How many exercises and practices and meditations are there out there? And they're not all for you. They're for different people. And one of the best things about learning how to channel is that you start to be able to ask your guides, what's the right thing for me to do right now? So you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours trying out different things. I ask my guides, which exercises should I be doing at the moment for me? What's in the highest good for me to be doing at the moment? Which courses should I be going to at the moment? If you want to talk about an investment in spiritual evolution, channeling is, in my opinion, the best. And I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't matter what course or workshop or ceremony that I go to, and I go to stuff every month that is nothing to do with me and my path or me as a space holder. And everything I have ever done is enriched because I know how to channel. there's another layer to it, to what is being taught, and that is not to discredit the courses. It's just the courses become so much more personal to me, or the ceremony, because I know how to connect, so I go deeper. I also know that I'm safe, so I go deeper. I know how to protect myself because my guides have taught me energy protection, so I go deeper. I'll give you an example. I did a course on manifesting, which was an amazing course this summer, but I had all of these amazing channeling experiences through it. When the course began, the first thing that happened was Goddess Lakshmi was channeling to me about abundance. She wasn't on a 3D level part of the course, but she was energetically able to come through to me and be part of that course for me, because I can channel. And that's why it's an amazing investment in your third eye. Let's talk about your throat now. So your throat chakra is your communication chakra. Channeling makes you feel more trusting. It changes the way you feel about the world, because it doesn't matter what is going on in your life or in the world, you can get a perspective on it that means you can work through it and see through it, and you can get a bigger picture perspective on it, and so you can feel better about your life. If you feel safer, if you feel more relaxed, you're better at communicating, and you're better at communicating your truth to the world. This is also a chakra for creation. Channeling is an amazing gift for anybody that wants to do anything creative, because people learn how to channel sing, people learn how to channel write, people get visions of other realms that they start painting. On our last year's channeling course, we were connecting to the energy of Rumi and having poetry lessons from Rumi to be able to write invocations. Think of all the masters and master consciousnesses and master energies that you can bring in to your creative flow. That is why it is an investment. And now we're going to come down to the heart chakra. And of course, channeling, maybe more than anything else, is an investment in the heart chakra. All guides that I have ever experienced, at the core of their teachings, teach me how to love. They teach me how to love more, because it's all very well to understand the concept of being in your heart and living by your heart, but how do we do that when we weren't taught that as children? And that's maybe what the most important thing about channeling is it teaches you tools and guidance and information on how to love, how to live more from your heart, how to feel more, how to live your life from your heart. And that is when magic opens up. And this is the other thing. Since I have learned to channel, I live a life that is filled with miracles. And it is. I have endless stories of miracles that I never believed could have happened to me. And they happen all the time. My guides blow my mind all the time. All the time they tell me things are going to happen, and I'm like, no way, that's not going to happen. That's impossible. And then it shows up and it happened. And because I'm in channeling and in communication with the universe and asking the universe to speak to me, I'm also in the flow of synchronicity because I'm in my heart. And so whenever, the other night I was really upset. It was in the middle of the eclipse. I was full of so much energy and confusion, and there was such a big purge happening through me. And we went, me and my girlfriend, and had a talk, and I was telling her how upset I was. And then we looked down, and right there was a white feather, which is one of my personal path symbols. And suddenly I felt better and safer, and I came back to my heart. And that's what it is. You're supported magically with miracles every day of your life, in everything, in the things that you're struggling with. That's the most important support. And I also think that channeling gives you an amazing emotional support in every way. When I have a problem, the first energies I go to are my guides. They help me through so much. And these times are challenging. They're hard and they're not easy. And I'm always so grateful when my guides say, oh no, but this is what's happening. There's a collective dark night of the soul happening. This is why you're feeling like this. And when you understand why, and then are given tools to get through it, it becomes easier. You're not being flung around by the energies anymore. You're in your power, and you're in your emotional power. And that means that you can work through your karma and your timelines and everything so much more easily. And you're supported. You have friends. I always say it's like having phone a friend all the time. You can just phone your friends all the time and get advice all the time. And they can see a bigger picture than you can see. So they give you the best advice and the best wisdom. And then let's come down to the solar plexus chakra. This is a chakra that's about empowerment. And I've already mentioned that channeling brings you into your power. But my guides taught me to be in my power. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't understand it. I'd heard it. It was a phrase. My guides, the exercises that they gave me, the guidance that they gave me, they taught me to be in my power emotionally, energetically. They've told me the difference between my ego and my confidence and told me what to do when I'm in my ego. They have the energetic tools that they have given me mean that I can walk fearlessly into portals, into big healings, into anything that is needed. And I also know that they are there for me, and I know that they will come through for me and help me energetically at any point. They will tell me what I need to know in the moment. If I'm holding space, if I'm doing ceremony, they are part of my power. They are part of the reason that I can shine my light brightly and speak my truth. They help me be in my power, in my center, in every possible way. And then we go down to the sacral chakra. And let's talk about this chakra. It's about, one of the things it's about is about health. Channeling is an amazing investment in your health. It's not just about health of your energy body. Do you know how many times I've been ill and asked my guides what I needed to do to heal it? And it's worked. In fact, since I've learned how to channel, I haven't been to the doctor. My doctor wrote to me and was like, are you still living here? We haven't heard from you. Because I don't go to the doctor anymore, because I go to my guides. And so far, they've always been able to solve it. And sometimes those symptoms have been energetic. And so I would have taken antibiotics unnecessarily. And instead my guides have gone, no, it's an energy activation, it's an energy update, give you 3 days. And every time that they've given me a deadline, it's been right, been completely better afterwards. Channeling, you can ask your guides, what food should I be eating? What exercise should I be doing? It's an amazing investment in your health. And actually, because it teaches you to be happier and to be more loved and to love more, it invests in your health in that way. It is an amazing investment into your body, into understanding your body. I understand what my body's for as an energy being. I understand how to speak to my body, how to channel my body. I've done a whole course for women that's about channeling parts of your body because I was channeled. So, you know, it's an amazing investment in your body and an amazing investment in being able to heal other people's bodies. I cannot tell you how many times I have been traveling and something's happened, somebody's had a bite, or something's gone wrong, and there's no doctors around, there's nobody around There's no phone reception, and my guides are the ones that have saved the day. When we were in Ibiza, one of the amazing women there got a reaction to a jellyfish sting. And my guides were like, put that seaweed on this sting and the reaction will go, and it did. And so, you know, it's like having a doctor on call the whole time as well, or in fact a whole medic team on call. And so, yet again, another investment. And then we have your root chakra. Let's talk about your root chakra, because actually I am starting to realize that maybe channeling might be the biggest, other than your heart, channeling might be the biggest investment in your root chakra that you can do. And I know that sounds weird, but it's actually the meditations and the tools to open up the connection chakras are not why you learn how to channel. That's what you need to do to learn how to channel. But the reason we invest in learning how to channel is so we can make our 3D lives better, so we can get a bigger, broader perspective on our 3D lives. So let's talk about the root chakra. Channeling and your guides are there to help your path. They are experts in what your path is going to do, and they are there to help you train for your path. I know people that channel and download computer programs, download apps, designs for computers. They channel it. I know people that channel... I am not a computer person, but my guides have helped me when I've had to learn how to set up webinars for the first time or set up a website for the first time. The guides I've got that are good at computers have helped me. They have guided me. Your guides help to create your path. They help you to make your path happen. I cannot express to you how many times my guides have said, this is what you need to do. You, the perfect example, and I have so many of them, but a couple of years ago, my guys were like, you need to go to Glastonbury and with a group, and it needs to be on the 2nd of August or whatever the date was. And I looked at that calendar and I was like, 2nd of August? That's a Tuesday. Who does a retreat on a Tuesday? Nobody's coming on a retreat on a Tuesday. And I ignored it. And then my guides kept saying it and I kept getting the signs. And I put this retreat on and it sold out faster than any retreat Starlight has ever done. Now, I never would have even thought that you could do that in the middle of the week. It wouldn't have even crossed my human 3D mind. Your guides help you to create your path because they give you the ideas that your limited mind can't think of. They tell you how you can make things happen for you, how to be in perfect alignment with what the universe wants for your path, and where you need to be. They also help to market your path. Like, I ask my guides, so I don't just channel for people as a channeler. I channel for my life. I'm like, what do I need to do? How can I make my life better? Okay, I've got this money block. How do I clear it? What do I need to do? How can I bring a more abundance into my life? How can I expand my path? What's the next thing that I need to do? And you have access to all of this guidance from all different realms and all different beings. And you have different guides for different things, for different areas of your life. I've given you the example of the computer stories, but my guides have given me advice on driving. They've given me advice on technology, which I'm terrible at. They've given me advice on marketing. My guides help my 3D life much more than they help my spiritual life. My higher self has got my spiritual life. My higher self is going on with my spiritual life. My guides They help me with my 3D life, with the blocks in my 3D life all the time. They even told me to shave my head. I was meditating and I was upset and I was feeling heavy, and they were like, go and shave your head. Your hair's carrying the energy of the past. You know, they help me with haircuts. Like, learning to channel is an investment in your 3D life in every possible way, and I can't express it enough. They help with your health. They help with what your path is going to be. And it really, I know I am a channel, and channeling is my path. And for many of you that learn to channel, that want to learn to channel, but that is the case. You will become channels, at least as part of your path. And that is amazing. It's an amazing thing to be able to do. And whether you do it directly or indirectly, you know, learning to channel as a healer is an amazing thing. I channel all sorts of different guides when I'm doing healings. Channel angel healings for specific things. I channel guides that are alchemists for different things. I channel doctors. You channel all sorts of different beings depending on what that person needs. So your healing becomes much more individual for each person, because again, you can reach this library, you can call on all of this information and energy and open up to it and let it through. And again, give people insight, give people the bigger picture that changes perception, which changes the whole world. And if you do want to become a channel, then yes, channeling is an amazing investment in your path. Of course it is. If you take the cost of our channeling course and work out how much the average channel makes, you're going to pay the cost of that course off in less than 10 hours. Channeling is an amazing investment in that sense. But it's so much more than that, because it doesn't matter whether your path is to directly become a channel. The guides you have will be experts in your path. They will teach you. I've had fairies teach me how to make oils, how to make jewelry, how to make all of the things that I do for my path. If you're a computer programmer, you will have guides that teach you how to make computer programs. If you're a healer, you will have guides that teach you how to heal. If you're a writer, you'll have guides that teach you how to write. Your guides are there to help your path. And so you don't have to do it alone, so you can access all of this universal, amazing information. Another example, you know, so many times, do you know one of the most common things my guides say to me? Is they say, but we know how. And they say that when I say, I don't know how to do that. We know how. And so they expand you, because we as human beings, we have a lot of fear and we like to stay in our comfort zone. And when you know how to channel, it's easier to go out of your comfort zone. I go out of my comfort zone all the time. So many times. I'll give you a perfect example. We were teaching, we were going to Japan for the first year to teach healing and channeling, and nobody had any idea what workshop we should be doing. I was so nervous about it that I was blocking the connection coming through, and every time I Skyped Japan, the skies would open and the water would like fall down on our roof, and like to the point that you couldn't actually hear what they were saying on Skype. And eventually I was like, does it have something to do with water? And the guys were like, yes, this trip needs to be a white water healing 3 workshops based around white water. And traditionally I work with fire. I am a fire worker. Most of the work I do is with fire energies. And I was like, I don't know how to teach about water. I don't know about water. And they were like, we know how to teach about water. Just let us teach it. Let us channel it. And then I learned all about water. And now I work with water. Now I work with water guides and water goddesses and water spirits. And I made that expansion in my own repertoire because I trusted that my guides knew what I didn't. And so they educated me and lots of people in Japan. And this is why it's so useful for your path, because they will teach you things that you don't know how to do, that mean you can change your life because you learn more about how to live your life. They will teach you how to market your path. You know, I'm not gonna, I mentioned about, you know, of course you can make the cost of the channeling course back very easily if you're directly channeling. But even if you're not, of course having access to more information and more wisdom is going, and more of yourself. Remember that you also learn how to channel your higher self and your soul. Essentially what you're doing is opening up to your path and learning to surrender and learning to expand. And of course that's going to bring more abundance into your life and bring more wisdom into your life. And it will teach you. You guys are there to help your path happen. That's their contract with you. They're there to help you make your path happen. So of course they're going to guide you to what you need to learn, to what you need to do to make it happen, to make it expand. You know, my guides put me on Meetup. Meetup is where my path began. It's where the training for the path that I'm walking now began. And it was upon the guidance of my guides that I did that. And people started coming to my workshops. And it is slow. Of course it's slow. No, your path doesn't happen overnight. It's an evolution. And the way channeling doesn't happen overnight. You're always learning how to evolve your channeling and learn more. And how to grow. You know, everything grows at the pace of the earth, at the pace of Mother Earth. But once you know the fundamental tool of channeling, all of that growth happens faster because of the law of economy. Because you can ask your guides what is right for you, and it means you spend less time trying lots of different things out that maybe aren't right for you. You spend less time in doubt, less time in fear, and more time in expansion and flow and certainty and alignment with your path. And how I saw it as I was tuning into this video, I was like, it's a bit like if your path is a car, no matter what your path is, and your path is the car, and it's the vehicle that's going to get you to many destinations and many places and to all those dreams that you have. Learning to channel is like learning to drive that car. It's like learning how to drive your path, how to fully welcome your path. It's also learning to understand that your path is not just you. It's not all on you. There is a team supporting you for your path that want to help you, that know what the plan is, that can see the big picture, that have loads of wisdom and advice for you. And so it's about creating with that team. And that's why it changes your life. And it brings so much into your life. And I think, like I said, it makes me emotional. My life has become... Somebody asked me how I felt about my life. 1 to 10, 10 being the best. And nearly every question that they asked me, I was saying 10. And I was like, wow, I'm really living a life that is making me happy and fulfilled. And that is because of channeling. And yes, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes practice, but once you have those mechanics, they are with you for life. And your guides will take over. And they will teach you how to take those mechanics, and they will teach you which books to go to in the library. They will teach you which places to drive the car to. They will teach you so much. They will heal you so much. They will love you so much. They will grow you so much. They will give you more than you could have ever imagined. Your trust will expand. The level of magic that you experience and the level of miracles that you experience will expand. You will flow into change and transformation because you are supported and because you feel safe. Your life will change because you learnt this birthright that is learning how to channel. And here's the last thing, and maybe the most important thing. Learning how to channel is going to help so many people around you, because all of that insight and wisdom and energy and guidance is not just for you. It's for your friends and your family, and the people. Most importantly, it's for the people that your path are going to help. Your path, like everybody's path, has a massive reach of people it will help directly, and then all of the people it will help indirectly. You're bringing that guidance and that information into the collective consciousness simply by channeling it. You're bringing 5D love, 5D reality, higher love, higher guidance, all of this simply by channeling it. You're bringing it in to the world. You're changing the world simply by channeling. And then you're changing your community because you're making your path happen faster, because you have more faith, more confidence, more support. And you know, when your path happens faster, all of the paths that your path are going to inspire happen faster, and then the world is going to ascend faster. You're going to be able to help people in emergencies, like when I was talking about when people have, you know, gotten bites or whatever, and we've been in the middle of a field and my guides have known what to do. Or help yourself in an emergency. My guides have helped me clear energies in terrifying situations. My guides have helped me get through some of the hardest, most difficult parts of my own life and my own personal crises, energetically, emotionally, physically. You're gonna be able to pass all of that healing and love and infinite wisdom, that universal library, on through the work that you do and through the work that you love to do, because that's the thing about your path. You love it. It fulfills every part of you. And that's what your guides are there to help you do. They're there to help you fulfill every part of yourself and invite every part of yourself into this amazing journey that is life. And that's why it's an investment in everything. Because I don't believe there is one question that I couldn't take to my guides, or one problem that I couldn't take to my guides and not be given a solution that comes from love, and loves that are often higher than the love that I'm able to embody at this time. And so channeling, I could go on, but channeling is an investment in everything. And it is a birthright. Everybody can channel, and everybody channels in different ways, and you've got to do a bit like everybody can drive, but you've got to learn, and then you've got to find your own style with it, just the same. Or everybody can sing, or everybody can read. You've got to do that training bit and open that up, because the whole world and the whole universe opens up for you. The whole of 3D life opens up to the potential for change as soon as you are willing to channel. And the whole universe is your oyster, is there for you, because you don't just have a set of guides. You can call upon guides that are needed. You can call upon the guides that are in the highest good. So sometimes you have a guide come through just once for you, because they're right for that person that you are channeling for, or right for that question. I do not channel my computer technical guides very often because technology is not a big part of my path. And then when you learn how to channel, the dimensions open up for you. And you start to dimensional channel and soul landscape and portal channel. And you start to learn about what this universe is about, and you start to realize how amazing the earth is and how amazing the universe is. And you make friends with everything, and you discover everything, and you live in wonder and safety. And that is why channeling is an investment in everything. So please, you've got to be called to Starlight's channeling course. You will know in your heart, you will be receiving the butterfly signs if it's right for you. That's the symbol of the course. You will know this course isn't for everyone. But if you are called, know that it will be one of the greatest investments in yourself that you can ever make. And if you're not called to Starlight's channeling course, then know that the right teacher is there for you. The right course is there for you. And call it. Do it. The sooner we all learn how to channel, the sooner we're going to be out of the crisis and of the third dimension, the quicker we're going to be purging all of those beliefs and old ways and be living in a world that is safe and happy and filled with miracles and peace. The world is filled with all of those things, but those old third dimensional ways that seem like crises will pass. So call the person that can teach you this gift and unlock this gift inside of you, to you. It is the best investment you can make. It's like, the last example I will give is, imagine your path is an instrument. Doesn't matter what instrument it is, there's loads of different instruments. As soon as you've learnt those scales, you're going to have a journey with the rest of your life with those scales and with that instrument. But you're going to be able to do so much more with the instrument than you could have before you learnt the scales, before you learnt the basics. Get those basics. And then become, or what we do in our course is we give you the basics and then teach you to become empowered with them. And to teach you to start living them so that you're living your life as a channel. Because everybody is a channel. I hope that has been helpful to you. I cannot express how important channeling is. And please, if you have questions, write to me, contact me, let me know. I love you all so much. You're amazing.